What does success mean to you? Is it about building a career, securing a future, gaining the respect of your peers, and maybe even enjoying a little comfort along the way? Most of us, if we're honest, would say yes. That's the dream we're taught to chase. A life where things go smoothly, where suffering is minimal, and where the path always leads upward. But today's gospel invites us to consider a different path. A path that, at first glance, seems to go in the opposite direction. Jesus shocks his listeners, and maybe even shocks us, by saying that the true path to glory is found in sacrifice. The way up, he tells us, is actually the way down. Listen to his words from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 8, verses 34 to 35. Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. These words come at a pivotal moment in the gospel. Just before, Peter has declared that Jesus is the Christ, the Messiah. It's a breakthrough of faith, a moment of triumph. But when Jesus begins to explain what being the Messiah really means, suffering, rejection, and death, Peter recoils. He simply can't imagine that the path to God's victory could run through defeat and pain. Yet this is exactly what Jesus teaches. He doesn't sugarcoat the reality of discipleship. He doesn't promise an easy road or instant rewards. Instead, he offers a paradox. If you cling to your life, you'll lose it. But if you lose your life for me and for the gospel, you'll find it. It's not just beautiful poetry. It's the law of discipleship. The message is clear. Following Jesus will cost you everything, but it will also give you everything that truly matters. To bring this truth closer to home, let's look at the life of someone who lived it in our own time. Chiara Corbella Petrillo was a young woman from Italy, full of energy, deeply in love with her husband, and excited about building a family. Her story, though, took a turn that few would call successful in worldly terms. Twice, she became pregnant with beautiful children who, because of severe medical conditions, lived only a few minutes after birth. Then, during her third pregnancy, Chiara discovered she had cancer. Faced with an impossible choice, she chose to delay her own treatment to protect her unborn son. She gave birth, then underwent therapy. But it was too late. At just 28 years old, she died. To outsiders, her life might look tragic, so much loss, so much pain. But those who knew her described her as radiant. Chiara herself seemed to understand the secret at the heart of today's gospel. She once said, "God gave us wings to fly, but sometimes he asks us to walk with the cross. That's how we learn to love." She didn't run from her cross. She embraced it, and in doing so, she found a peace and a joy that inspired thousands. Chiara's life is a modern echo of Jesus' words. She lost her life, but in reality, she gained a life that never ends. Through her sacrifice, she became a witness to the kind of love that can change the world. This isn't just a story for saints or heroes. It's a message for each of us. The world tells us to avoid pain, to seek comfort, to build a life where sacrifice is minimized. But Christ offers a deeper truth. There is no real love without sacrifice, and there is no true love without the cross. Every act of genuine love, whether it's caring for a sick parent, forgiving someone who's wounded us, or persevering through our own weaknesses, requires that we die a little to ourselves. These are the hidden crosses of daily life. When we carry them with Christ, they become paths to resurrection. The cross isn't a sign of failure. It's the place where God's power is made perfect in our weakness. When we surrender our wounds, our failures, our struggles, they become opportunities for His grace to shine through. Our brokenness, when offered to God, can become a source of healing for others. This is the scandal and the beauty of the gospel. God works most powerfully in the places where we feel weakest. So today, let's rethink what it means to win in life. True success isn't measured by the applause we receive, the possessions we gather, or the comfort we enjoy. Success is found in faithfulness, in showing up, in loving when it's hard, in carrying the cross that God has entrusted to us. Winning in God's eyes means letting go of our tight grip on life and learning to give it away in love. Take a moment to reflect. What cross has God placed on your shoulders right now? Is it visible, like a serious illness or a family crisis? Or is it hidden? A daily struggle with anxiety, a challenge at work, a relationship that demands more patience and forgiveness than you feel you have to give? Are you resisting that cross, or are you learning to embrace it with Christ? Remember, the promise is clear. If you lose your life for Christ, you will find it, not just in eternity, but beginning even now, in the peace and the freedom that comes from living for something greater than yourself. As you go into this week, don't run from the cross. Don't fear it. Pick it up. Walk with Christ, because on the other side of Good Friday, there is always Easter morning. After the darkness comes light. After surrender comes resurrection. If this message spoke to your heart, I invite you to pause for a moment today. Name your cross out loud. Offer it to Christ in prayer. And if you found encouragement here, consider sharing this reflection with someone who might need hope right now. Let's walk this journey together, not by clinging to life, but by giving it away in love, just as Christ did for us.